In this week's design review, we are going to talk about a supercar from the 1990s that never reached production but managed to generate a lot of publicity and won its place in the hearts of motoring enthusiasts, the Ital-designed Nazca C2. But first, let's learn more about its background. The Nazca prototype series were created by Ital-design for BMW as a possible successor to the BMW M1, 1978, and included three concept cars: the Nazca M12, 1991, the Nazca C2, 1992, and the Nazca C2 Spider, 1993. All of them were V12 powered with a mid-engine layout and a carbon fiber monocoque chassis. The first incarnation, the Nazca M12, above, premiered at the 1991 Geneva Motor Show, with Ital-design acquiring special permission from BMW to use its name and emblem. The car, which bore some similarities with the Bugatti ID90 concept, 1990, was designed by Fabrizio Guiggero, although his father, Giorgetto, was actively involved in the design development. Design-wise, the Nazca M12 had the traditional mid-engine supercar proportions, with a low and wide body made of carbon fiber, combining a curvy front end with a more angular tail. Loyal to Guiggero's obsession with accessibility, the gullwing-style windows combined with conventionally hinged doors made it easier for passengers to enter and exit the vehicle, while the beautiful glass canopy allowed good visibility all around. Behind the passenger compartment, the 5.0-liter V12 engine, borrowed from the BMW 850i and mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox, produced 224 kilowatts, 300 horsepower, of power and 450 Nm of torque. Those figures might not seem like a lot by today's standards, but thanks to its 1,100 kilograms weight and the impressive aerodynamics, 0.26 CD, the 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration came in a respectable 4.2 seconds with a top speed of 325 km per hour. After all, don't forget that a heavily modified and more powerful version of this engine was later used by the mighty McLaren F1. According to its designers, the M12 was inspired by Group C racing cars and Formula One, and it was advertised as a high-performance GT, a term that also describes the current mid-engine BMW i8 plug-in hybrid introduced in 2014. However, besides the familiar kidney grille, the M12 shared little with BMW's design language at the time. A year later at the 1992 Tokyo Motor Show, Giorgetto presented the evolution of the M12, in the face of the stunning Nazca C2, above. The redesigned front end featured hidden headlights, elongated inside the air intakes which were positioned very low, in perfect harmony with the grille. This treatment further highlighted the gorgeous curves of the bonnet that expanded in the pronounced shoulders, rising further to the rear end. The pillarless design of the tinted canopy emphasized the low and wide stance of the carbon fiber body, and the more complex aerodynamic package revealed the concept's racing pedigree. The Nazca C2 somehow managed to successfully combine aggressive elements like the dark eyes, the angular side intakes and the widened rear fenders, with delicate details like the sci-fi mirrors, later painted in orange, the curvaceous glass and the delicate front splitter. The rear end retained the basic arrangement of the M12 with the connected taillights, the characteristic slits underneath and the centrally located quadruple exhaust pipes, but it got a more sculpted treatment in order to accommodate the integrated rear spoiler, and a new lower rear bumper section. As for the engine, Alpina tuned the 5.0-liter V12 to produce 260 kilowatts, 350 horsepower, which in conjunction with the wider tracks, the lower weight by 100 kilograms and the more aggressive suspension setting, moved the C2 into supercar territory. As a result, 0 to 100 km per hour was completed in 3.8 seconds and the top speed was 325 km per hour. The last chapter of the Nazca story was written in 1993 with the reveal of the Nazca C2 Spider at the Formula One Grand Prix in Monte Carlo. The Targa-style supercar came with removable glass panels which could be stored under the front bonnet, revealing the T-shaped frame and the new body-colored roll bar behind the passengers. Another difference was the absence of the rear glass cover, with the engine now exposed to the naked eye. Speaking of which, the V12 was enlarged to 5660 cc, producing 283 kilowatts, 380 horsepower, and with the help of a new 6-speed manual gearbox, offered an improved 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration time of just 3.7 seconds.